The number 11 Tigers will welcome in Binghamton University to Johnny Unitas Stadium on Saturday to close out their non-conference schedule. I'll be joined by head coach Shawn Nadalen to talk about the game on today's episode of the Tiger Lacrosse Report, which starts now.
Cold refreshment calls, Coors Light answers. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
For an athlete, there's nothing scarier than a torn ACL.
Athletes trust us with their care and their careers because we're a recognized leader in sports medicine.
Get back to your active life sooner with MedStar Sports Medicine.
Rock and Jump, the ultimate trampoline park, is now open in Towson. Get big air and have big fun at Rock and Jump. You and your friends are sure to have a blast in our state-of-the-art jumping arenas. Want to be a rock star with your kids? Book their next birthday party at Rock and Jump. Our slam dunk zones, high-flying dodgeball, and super popular X-Beam make Rock and Jump the most rockin' birthday experience around. With a private party room and a personal party host, a Rock and Jump birthday party is great for the kids and easy on parents. Visit rockandjump.com for all the info or to book your party today.
Welcome to the Tiger Lacrosse Report, filmed inside the TSN studios. I'm your host, Spiro Morekas. The 7-1 Tigers play host to the Binghamton Bearcats on Saturday at 3 o'clock. To talk about the matchup, I'm joined by head coach Shawn Nadalen. Coach, when you look at the Bearcats, they're 2-4, but the part that's got to bother you a little bit is they're 2-0 in their last two ball games.
Yeah, and the game before those two wins, they had a lead, gave it up against Delaware, and then Delaware ended up winning in overtime. So this is a team playing much better lacrosse as the season's going on. They're very balanced at both ends of the field. They have two dangerous face-off guys, but the fact that they've convincingly won their last two games against UMBC and Drexel definitely, perks our ears up understanding what these guys are capable of.
The other thing is offensively, they've scored 37 goals in the last three games, so their offense really starting to click.
They are, and it's a product of their face-off guys. They've been able to, I think, really win the face-off battle there, which is something that we got to pay close attention to, make sure that goes in our favor. And then their top six offensive guys are very dangerous, very unselfish. They do a good job moving off of each other, creating opportunities and capitalizing on it. I feel like they're a very opportunistic group, so that's something that we have to take away, is not allow them opportunity.
Well, coming into the game, they have four players that have double-digit points, led by Zach Scaduto, who's got 11 goals and 6 assists. What makes him effective?
He's a midfielder, and he can play attack, so he's one of those versatile guys that you like to have in your offense. He takes wings on face-offs. He's kind of a do-it-all midfielder for him, or do-it-all offensive player for him. So he's a guy, again, that's comfortable with the ball in his stick to create, does a good job off ball, does a good job keeping his head up when he has the ball in his stick, dodging, moving, does a good job with regards to not just taking what the defense gives them, but also creating off of that. So he's a dangerous player.
You look at Binghamton, and this is your final non-conference game of the year. The players, do you think they sense that this is it, that after this week everything is CAA play and it's important to go into conference play on a really high note?
I do. I feel like this week's been very focused in practice. The guys have been excited and good energy on the field and playing and practicing hard against each other, which is great to see, and luckily we see that a lot at our practices. But I feel like the guys are excited to kind of have a full week of preparation, a full week to get ready for a team that, we really don't know a ton about because we only played them once, last year before, we kind of close the door on the non-conference schedule and move forward.
The other thing is from here on out, you only play on Saturdays, no more midweek games. How does that affect your practice schedule and what you do during the week?
We try to manage how much we ask of the guys physically. We want to make sure that we're fresh for the game, both mentally and physically. So throughout the week, we got to see how we're doing in regards to, coming off the previous game, how healthy we are, how much we need to push, how much we, need to work on our own stuff as well as prepare for our opponents. So we try to do our best in as far as gauging how much time we need to be on the field to get done exactly what we need to do. So it's not so much like the preseason where you're out there for probably a good 2 hours, 15 minutes, really continuing to install your stuff. It's more cleaning up what you have, making minor adjustments, and then getting the preparation done for your opponent.
Speaking of cleaning up, again, this is the third straight year the Tigers are among the nation's leaders in fewest turnovers per game. What is it about you guys that you've been able to instill how important it is not to turn the ball over?
We don't like to turn it over. We don't like to, be careless with the ball. And that's something that we, preach continually every day. And obviously Coach Gallardi does a great job of that at the offensive end, making sure that we make good decisions with the ball and take care of it. And also with the defensive end, that ties into the clearing game, off the face-offs. Unfortunately, the past couple of games, or 2 of the last 3 games, we've failed on a clear, and the team is able to score right off of that. So, that's a turnover that we don't want to have continue to bite us. So we want to make sure we clean that up and do a better job of it. But valuing the ball is a big part of the game of lacrosse.
On the offensive side, the last couple of ball games, you've been working in 4 attackmen as you've started to use freshman Ian Kirby more and more. How do you decide who comes out, who stays in, and what kind of configuration you're going to have on the attack? Sometimes
it depends on kind of the physical toll that has been going on in the game to that point in regards to, if a guy's had to dodge it a little bit more than we're used to, whether it be Drenner or Sider or Parks, and they've had to work a little bit more. We feel like we want to get them a couple minutes of a breather, get Ian in there to substitute for them, or it's just how we want to kind of shift with what we have going on offensively. Ian might be out there because we're running a certain set or two that caters more to his look, and we pull off one of the other guys because Ian fills a better void for us there, just getting him opportunity. And the other thing is that Ian's earned the opportunity, so we want to get him in the game early. We want to get him comfortable, get those other guys a quick rest, and then continue to rotate those guys in and out. The other thing we talked on yesterday's show about Spencer Parks winning the CAA Player of the Week and USILA Offensive Player of the Week, but another guy who's really come on is Ben McCarty on the midfield. Ben has become quite the machine at getting you assists and goals. Yeah, Ben's starting to really play a complete game, which is exciting to see. He works his butt off, and he always has, which has always been great. And probably the first couple of games, he really tried to press the issue too much, and it led to turnovers or bad decisions. Now I feel like he's taking the opportunities that present themselves. He's able to create, but he's not pressing as much as he was in the past, and you're seeing him play much better lacrosse from it. So the Tigers will hope that Ben and Spencer and the rest of them have a great day as they face off against the Bearcats at 3 o'clock inside Johnny Unitas Stadium. If you can't make it to the game, I'll have the call along with Hunter Lochte on TowsonTigers.com starting at 2:45. Coach, thanks for joining us and good luck against the Bearcats on Saturday. Thanks, Spiro. That will do it for us today on the Tiger Lacrosse Report. For all your news on your favorite Tiger teams, check out TowsonTigers.com or the Towson Tigers on YouTube. For head coach Shawn Nadalen, I'm Spiro Morekas. Thanks for joining us, and as always, go Tigers.